What's up, Jefferson Multimedia? Before we get into our next project, I want to talk about basic principles of graphic design. We use a lot of Photoshop stuff. We use a lot of Canva in this classroom to make really pretty pictures. But I want to talk about what makes those ads look so good. Whether it's in a magazine, whether it's in a sidebar on our favorite website, what makes this stuff so visually appealing? Because a lot of times students just throw a bunch of stuff together and think it looks good when actually it looks crowded and weird and the fonts are wonky. I want to look at good examples of several of these principles and apply them to what we do. So let's get started. The first one is balance. If you look at this ad, this is like perfectly symmetrical. They've taken the same image, they've flipped it so it's equal on both sides. Find your Zen, there's 3 words on 3 lines, and they have the little down arrows. This is a perfectly symmetrical image. It's like the same thing on the right as there is on the left. But things don't have to be perfectly right versus left symmetrical for them to work. Let's take a look at some other stuff. This one right here, it's an ad for New Balance. On the left, we have the shoe. On the right, we have the lady running. But look what they've done to tie everything together. They've used a common color scheme. We've got the green and the white in the letters. We've got the green and the white in the shoe. And we have the green in the shoes and the text over here, green in her sleeves, and then fading up to white at the top. So one side we have the shoe, the other side we have the person. Even though they're not perfectly symmetrical, they're balanced. Let's look at another one. This one is really simple. Mountain Dew can on the left with a big splooshy splash, and then a wrecking ball. No, I'm not singing the song. And then the person stuck to it on the other side, but they have elements on both sides, so it feels balanced even though it's not perfect. This one I like. Look, it's balanced from top to bottom. Not side to side. Balance. A story falls down without it. Where is the balance? It's the leaves up here. Are those butterflies? They look like butterflies. And then the roots down here. And look at how they use the differing colors, the light up here and the dark down here, to give you some contrast. We'll talk about that in a minute. The difference between light and dark, right? But we have at the top what we have at the bottom, and that makes it really visually appealing. Here's another one that is not symmetrical. We have feet on both sides. Over here we have a solid color, and over here we have weird squiggly animals or something, but it is balanced. It's split relatively down the middle, and at least we have the legs on both sides, even though the shades are different, but it is a balanced image. This one is really eye-catching. Look at the color picture we have over here. There's the kind of gray of the sky. There's the dark gray of the guy's warm-up sweater. We see his bright, shiny sneakers, because that's what we're looking at, New Balance, right? And then on the other side, we have the bright white, which draws us right into the words, rewards come to those who run. So it's not split right down the middle. The picture's a little wider, isn't it? But it is a balanced image because we have text on one side and a picture on the other. Let's look at another one that I want to call consistency. If you look at this ad, you are such a perfect little arrangement of atoms. Oh, it's so adorable. What is the common theme? What do you see more than anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 circles. I like that. I like it a lot. What else do we have? Let's talk about alignment. Look at this ad. Everything is centered in the middle of the box. And this white box is centered in the middle of the photo. So most of the time you want things centered to the right or to the left. A way we mess this up is we put things all over the page for no real reason. But most of the time, if you look at the credits in a movie, they're centered on the screen, either right in the middle or they're centered around a big object that the director wants you to see. So don't just throw stuff all over the place. We either want it centered most of the time, over to the left or over to the right. Look at my I am poster. My words are over to the right. Why? Because my face is over here to the left. So I've centered the words on one side so you can see the picture on the other. It's also balanced. Yeah, I get it. But justification or centering means put things on one side so you can see things on the other as well. This is huge. You'll hear me say this a million times. Contrast is what? The difference between light and dark. Anytime you have text, it should really jump out from the picture behind it. And if you read what they've written up here, this background image was darkened, so this text pops. We need to see a difference between the background and the text. If they're close to the same color, you're not going to be able to read it, and it's not going to work. So give us high contrast, right? Right. And then finally, let's talk about negative space. We don't need to fill every single inch of our images with stuff. Sometimes negative space, in this case dark space, will help us see, oh cool, there's a face right here. There's another face, but they have like this weird kind of hoop going up the back like it's the neck. Look at how they use black to draw us in, and it really makes the other colors jump out. So don't think you have to fill every inch of your image. Sometimes negative space is exactly what you need to get stuff done. So how are we going to apply this? Let's talk about it tomorrow. Thanks. See you soon. Bye-bye.